It has been done. It is official. Federico Chiesa is Liverpool's new number 14, taking the number after Jordan Henderson vacated it when he left to go play in the Saudi League to spread football to the region, and definitely not for the big Saudi dollars. And then he ended up going up to Ajax, so he has that. But Chiesa is official. He is a red. And I found it interesting that some of the rivals out there, or even rivals, may be critical, and this isn't going to be a large section of opinion. I'm picking a couple of things that I've seen and I've noticed. There's so much out there, but this is what I'm looking at right here and right now. So we'll look at the negatives first, and then we'll go to the positives. But just before we do that, let's have a quick look here. This is the video just released from the official LFC account 6 minutes ago, and you can see Federico doing his thing. There he is there, getting the photos taken and all that good stuff. Look at him go. Yeah, it's nice in there, red. He's buzzing. He's happy. Look at him go. 26 years old, you know. 26 years old. Federico Chiesa. And look, people will probably say, yeah, but his injury record, but he's not the player he once was, etc., and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that may be true, but we'll see what happens because we don't know. Last season, he played, 40-plus games in Serie A with the Italian Cup and also the Euros as well, even though Italy were rubbish, but he still played. So we have that to go off. And if all goes well, he'll play another full season at Anfield. 1 year into his 4-year contract, 26 years old, prime years, it has to be said. Maybe not so much prime form, but this is what we're going to go look at the differences, what we're looking at in terms of rivals' opinions. And first, we're going to go to Saeed. He features twice in this, by the way. I use this as an example because you've got the whole... You've got the Mandem Talk crew, so you've got Saeed, you've got Rants, you've got Faz, you've got Neji, you've got Musa, Marcel, and a few other fellas, right? Sunshine and Mr. Structure, to not leave them out. But this is what Rants was saying about the issue, or not the issue, rather Chiesa's injury record, because obviously he's gone. So that number 7 has been vacated from Juventus for whatever reason, pushed him out 13 mil. I ain't complaining, but we'll get to that. But this is what he says about the view on Chiesa signing for Liverpool.
Announced already, pretty much.
Facts. So, he's spoke about it.
Just on the side note, how old's my man? 28, 29?
Something like
26.
I think he's like late 20s.
No, he's 26, bro. He's young, fam.
He's in his prime.
He's not in his prime, blood. This guy's injury record is crazy.
But not in the last 2 years, though. His injury record.
I remember when Coutinho was like that before he got to Liverpool. I remember when Coutinho was getting bare injuries left, right, and centre. He got to Liverpool and he cooked.
Yep.
You know what it is, yeah? Man. I can't lie, man.
If United were not looking to sell
that's Saeed's guy, you know. Chiesa Saeed's guy.
No. This is my guy.
I like Chiesa.
But the thing is, if United weren't looking to sell Sancho, I would have heard that story. But United, at the minute, want an obligation to buy in it. So it's like, Chiesa, I don't know if he was one. He kind of wanted to go to Liverpool, innit? Apparently, he's a Liverpool fan as well. He's got links to whatever. But that's why he's going now.
News to me.
He's not linked to the deal, apparently. So we were not linked with him. So
that would have been a good player to have on the books.
Yeah. For 10 million, I think that would have been calm.
How much he was? 10 mil.
13.
Yeah. 10 mil.
That's why he went for Liverpool. Yeah, 10 million. 10 million.
Well, 10 plus.
So he went for 10 million. So that's what I'm saying. Low risk.
That's a good. I can't lie, man. That's a good signing for Liverpool.
Yeah, that's not bad. But they don't need him though. We need him more than they need him.
Oh no, for sure.
For sure. They got their players, man.
Oh, it was Nuruddin. It was Nuruddin, Mr. Structure. That's who it was. Anyways, they're talking about that. Look, 13 mil, low risk. Not complaining. Let's move over to Mo. Mo was on one when he was talking about this in his video yesterday when it was announced that the deal was going ahead.
This, and I'm just going to be completely and utterly honest with you, right? It's a very underwhelming signing, right, for Liverpool. If this was the cherry on the top for Liverpool, if this was the cherry on the top for Liverpool, it has nothing to do with his injuries. It has nothing to do with his time at Fiorentina. I think it's a very underwhelming signing. The reason why And hear me out. And you can absolutely challenge me on.
First of all, Mo, with all due respect, 13 million. He's not someone we actively were looking for. No, he doesn't change anything about the midfield. No, he doesn't change anything about the defense. No, he doesn't change anything about the team to elevate us to a title push. Excuse me, because we still don't have the players for it, in my opinion. We don't have the players to push past third. And I keep saying that because we finished last year with the same players, with hella injuries, so I expect us to do the same again this season. If the squad is that good enough, if the players that are here are going to perform on the same levels, same thing should be happening. But I am yet to find a Liverpool fan, a pundit, a YouTuber, content creator, whatever, who has outrightly said this pushes Liverpool forward for a title push. I have not seen that. I am not saying that. I don't think any Liverpool fan is saying that. And as I said, if someone has said that, by all means, I would like to know, because I want to know their thought process behind all this. I see Chiesa, like Amons has described it, like Hussam has said as well, the little extra player you bring for the depth, for the forward line, which we have right wing cover now. Because in his 90 plus games that Chiesa played as a right winger or a right striker, he scored a good amount of goals. I think it was like 30 goals or some shit, or whatever it was, some stat. I know Alice had it on her stream, which I'll link when we're going to get to her bit there. So I'm not bigging this up as this massive signing. I'm looking at this as, you know what, 13 mil, good player. Yes, he done his ACL, whatever it was, a few years ago. He's recovered from that now. Yes, he's maybe not as fast, not as pacey, but there is still a player in there. If last season is to go by, he's still got 13 G&A. So I expect a decent return with fitness, of course.
On it. If you have the guts to challenge me, I can literally send you the link. If Liverpool signed a couple of top players, if Liverpool signed a forward, a DM, a center back, and this is the guy that is coming in to be backup, right? To be backup. I'm going to sit here and praise the signing. Federico Chiesa was a good player at Fiorentina. Was a good player at Fiorentina. He ain't a good player anymore. Federico Chiesa at Juventus was a scrub.
Wow, he's not a fan. Granted, Chiesa played for Juventus, Internazionale's biggest rival in Italy. Could have something to do with that, might not. But again, as I've said, and I have not watched this, I should have said that at the start, I have not watched this, so what I literally said is what Mo is saying right now effectively. But I am not sitting here claiming that Chiesa is the cherry on top of the cupcake. We don't have the DM, that's the cake. We don't have the centre back, that's the cream on the cake. We just have the cherry with no cake or cream. So yes, we are missing something, which is why I say I am not bigging up this signing like it's a fantastic signing. It's the best thing ever. We're going to get levels now. It's a good player to have. Bring him into the squad for £13 million as well. Why are we making a big deal about this?
Was not great. Federico Chiesa's time at Juventus, even bar the injuries when he was available for 30 plus games, was not good. I know that you guys are saying, and I heard what Hussam said in a part of his show. When Hussam mentioned that 10 million, there is no lose in this, I agree with this statement. I 100% agree with the statement.
That's it.
That there is nothing to lose. However, I think this is the carrot. This is the carrot from FSG to you Liverpool fans. And I'm going to give you an example. When Inter went out last season and signed Alexis Sanchez again to be backup, I said, screw this signing.
That's you, Mo. That's you on your perception of Alexis Sanchez and how Inter operates. As it stands, we have no right forward backup. Elliott, I don't want to see him play right wing. Gakpo, I don't want to see him play right wing. We got rid or sold or loaned our players that could play on that right wing. One of the youngsters from the academy. No, I'm not having it. It might not work out. Yes, we all understand. It might not work out. It might turn to absolute shit. Might get an injury. But the last 2 years, the last 2 seasons, he's actually done well. I think he missed 10 games last season and he missed 9 games the year before that or something. Something like that. It wasn't that big. Players will miss games for little niggles and things like that. Not every player can play a whole 38-round season. I don't know why Mo's coming at this like Liverpool have spent 50 mil on Chiesa and it's shit. If we spent 30 mil, which is his market value, apparently 35 mil, I'd be looking and thinking, okay, why have we spent a lot of money on a player that's not at the peaks of where they once were or where they should be? Good player, effective, has good attributes to him, but for 30 mil plus, I'd be looking at this and saying, what the fuck are FSG doing? What has Michael Edwards done? What is Richard Hughes smoking? But for 13 mil, the only reason we're saying, okay, bring him in is because it's cheap. Nobody is expecting him to be a world beater. Nobody's expecting him to be the next big thing. But he's 26 years old. He's got skills behind him. He can still do a job for us. And it wasn't all that Mo said. He went at it with Hassam on the football terrace this morning as well.
Why is that happening? And why do people want us, and I'm not a rival, to praise the signing? I'm not praising the freaking signing. That doesn't improve your squad 1 inch. It doesn't. It doesn't. I'm going to tell you one thing, Terry. If Mohamed Salah and Jota get injured tomorrow and Chiesa starts, Liverpool might finish 4th.
That's because Mo doesn't rate Federico Chiesa. And that's fine. You don't have to rate him. Again, is it because of the rivalry? Is it because he actually doesn't like him? Is it because he's a shit player? I don't know. The stats will tell you that he was a very top high performer last season, if you want to work off stats. On the pitch, maybe a different story, but he was first for crosses, he was first for chances, he was first for this and second for that and high percentage for this, etc., blah, 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 blah.
That's how bad the signing is. Because they will have to play a Chiesa. Hear me out about this. This is very important for Liverpool fans. If Chelsea got Osimhen tomorrow, Man United got, in my opinion, a 9 out of 10 window, right? If Mohamed Salah gets injured and Jota gets injured, and you'll have to start Chiesa for 25 games or 20 games, right? Instead of getting an Anthony Gordon.
Bro, this guy is going extremes, starting for 25 games. Are you serious, man? Like, these players are going to be injured for like 6 months or something, for a whole season. Come on, Mo.
You finish 4th. You might be in risk.
Yeah, but
and August 28th now, Van Dijk gets injured, you finish 4th.
You can apply to every single team. If Rodri gets injured, they don't win the league. If Saka and Odegaard get injured, they finish what?
That was what Mo said. Let's have a look at... Oh, fuck, I got a mental blank. Bloody hell. Ty. Let's have a look at Ty. What did he say about the Chiesa signing, being a Manchester United fan?
Now, I'm going to be real. 13 million
Cheap.
for Chiesa in today's market. We'll put the weaknesses aside for a second. 13 million in today's market is a steal. It's a no-brainer. It's something Liverpool have to get done. Now, you can disagree with me in the comments. This is what football is about, opinions. But if you're telling me Liverpool could go out and get Federico Chiesa for 13 million and have him as a rotation or backup to Mo Salah, who evidently normally stays fit for 90% of the footballing season, will be used in the big games, it's an absolute no-brainer for Liverpool to have them, because you've got Luis Diaz, Cody Gakpo that can play on the left and sometimes Jota. Up top, you've got Jota leading the line at the moment. You've got Darwin Núñez, who's sniffing around like a rat on cheese for a place in that starting 11, but at the moment can't get in there. And then you look at Mo Salah. He's had the right-hand side locked down for 5, 6, 7 years now, but he's never had that competition. I'm not even going to say competition.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, Chiesa is not coming in to be competition with Salah. Let's not even go there. He's coming in literally to maybe start the odd game here and there on the right. If Salah, touch wood, picks up a little niggle and says, we'll start you on the bench, Chiesa starts, cup game, League Cup, FA Cup, whatever it is, depending on the opposition. Maybe it's an away game. Maybe he might start Chiesa instead of Salah, whatever it is. He ain't coming there to compete for that right wing position. I'm pretty sure Chiesa knows Salah is the right forward, the right winger for Liverpool FC. Could he maybe play in a central role? Maybe. Could he play out on the left? Maybe. Left side's looking a little bit too busy at the moment, but that right side does look like it needs someone on that right side, which is why he's probably going to be used as backup for Salah.
A bit like Arsenal and Bukayo Saka. You go from Saka to a Reece Nelson, a Saka to a Leandro Trossard who doesn't like playing on the right. You go from Salah to a Harvey Elliott, who has done his thing off the bench. I get it last season. But really, if you want to be challenging Arsenal and City for the title, if you're telling me that, okay, you know, Liverpool have got Fulham at home and Salah's going to be rotated because they've got a big Champions League game midweek, you're not looking at that Liverpool team and seeing Chiesa and thinking, oh my God, or we might lose because we've got Chiesa on the pitch. No, you're thinking, do you know what? Go out there on the pitch. Take your opportunity. Do your thing. Because you know Chiesa on his day has got big moments in him. He can score goals.
Can do that. Can definitely do that. And look, fans might be looking at this player and thinking, well, that's a player I probably would have wanted in my team. I think we could have actually done with this player. And moving on from Ty and Never a Foul, we're back to Saeed, who's speaking about Chiesa as an individual, a solo fan.
Italy towards that magnificent Euros where they won it against England. And I think for me, ultimately, he's still, for me, young. He still can have an impact at Liverpool. And for the price that they have said, yeah, it's a low risk, high reward signing. I don't see the actual kind of, you know, the negatives towards this. I really don't. Like, the price is what? 30 million. What's that?
Cheap as chips, Baba.
British pounds. Like, generally, if he doesn't work out, you can sell him maybe for a bit more. Definitely more than what they've sold him. And I'm surprised Juventus have sold him. I get it. Maybe they want to get him off the books. He was on high wages at Juventus. I don't know what the situation will be at Liverpool, but
I think I saw a report saying he'll be on 115k a week. He's got the number 14 jersey. And yeah, cheap. I think that's why Liverpool fans are thinking, you know what? There's a player there. Yes, we know the injuries. Yes, we know, he hasn't been the same since his injury. Okay, cool, whatever. But if Van Dijk did his ACL, granted it plays a different role. But if a defender can do the ACL, come back in and still be as good as they are at his age, why can't Chiesa recover that at the age of 26? 26 years old. 13 million. Like I said, if we spent 30 million on Chiesa, I'd be thinking, are we really paying 30 million for a player that we didn't really need, for a position that we do need cover in, but at what cost? That's what I'll be looking at. I'll be looking at that, the cost. Like I said, it comes back to the cost. Because he's cheap, under 20 mil, you're thinking, sure, no problems. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. And it has happened. He is now a Liverpool player. Hopefully he plays on Sunday against United. I'd love to see him make a debut and make something happen. Can be our version of a Martial or something at Old Trafford. Anyways, I don't want to tempt fate.
Don't think he will be on big wages. He will have to prove himself. These kind of signings are one of them, yeah, where, like, for example, we've got De Ligt as well. Like, he's almost got to prove himself that he's the Chiesa of old. He can be the Chiesa of old, and you can mold into that Chiesa of old. Because that Chiesa of old was electrifying. Let's be honest, man. He was exciting to watch. He got the edge of your seat. And I liked him. And this is why I'm talking about him in this way. Best believe. Because if I didn't like him, I would not be talking about this in this way. I think he's a good player. I watched Serie A fondly, especially when Juventus were winning, league titles and whatnot, especially under Allegri, in that time, in that era, especially when it was with Ronaldo. He had that good relationship with Ronaldo as well. So
I was waiting for that Ronaldo link.
I generally think it's a good sign, and he's actually spoken to the media, and he said here I'm very happy. I can't wait to become a new Liverpool player. Me and my family, we're so really happy. Let me say thanks to Juventus and the fans. They have been always special to me. Now it's time for Liverpool. I'm so happy. I can't wait. So he's definitely fond of the move. And you want that. You don't want a player who's motivated by money. You don't want a player who is coming in just to kind of almost, and he lacks motivation. You know what I mean? You want a player that's hungry.
Does that sound like players at United of a couple of years ago, if I'm being real? Does that sound like players of United from a couple of years ago? Coming in for big players. Manchester United after him. Oh, yeah. They're going to pay big dollars. Where do I sign? In my opinion, at least anyways. So Saeed's a fan of Chiesa. And finally, we're going to go to Alice, who's got a little stat video here saying the real reason why Liverpool signed Chiesa. Now, we'll play this first, and I'll take you back to some of his stats on the attacking per 90 minutes against other Serie A attackers. Granted, he's coming to the Premier League, not Serie A anymore, but still, let's have a quick listen here.
Move. And this puts Liverpool in a good option attacking depth-wise. You've got Chiesa and Salah for the right, Diaz and Gakpo for the left, Jota and Nunes for the middle. But players like Chiesa and Gakpo can just play anywhere across the front line. Jota could even, to be honest, as well. And Nunes,
I don't want to see Gakpo or Jota on that right wing.
Could even play out wide. There's a lot of versatility there. But I've always said this, if you watch a lot of Feyenoord, he subs his wingers a lot because he demands so much of his wingers in terms of tracking back, progressive runs, pressing, that you need a player that is fast, that is good at carrying the ball, that's a good presser. And I think that's one of the reasons Diaz has been very good the last 2 games under Slot, because Diaz suits Slot ball to a T. And I think that, Chiesa is probably the closest to Diaz if you was going to compare him to any Liverpool player profile-wise.
Bro, that's not what Liverpool fans want to hear, man. Liverpool fans don't want to hear that he's close to Diaz, because if that's the case, then he's all swing, no ding, or all swing and some ding. Diaz needs to have more output. That's one thing he definitely needs is more output. But fair enough, I hear it. Now, I'm not going to play the video, but just going to see some of these stats here. So, Chiesa versus other Serie A attackers per 90. Again, he's not in the Serie A anymore, but attacking actions first, crosses to the goalkeeper's box first, expected assist was second, dribbles second, offensive duels 1 second, progressive 1 second, shot assist second, crosses third, key passes fourth. So the man does have some high praise and high stats in this. Accurate pass to the final 30 was fourth, pass to the penalty area fourth, accelerations, pass completions. But what are these stats? Versus the top 5 league strikers per 90, shot assist, the penalty area. Again, Alice, Manchester United fan. And just randomly I picked these Manchester United fans. It wasn't anything specific. But let's have a look at what she thinks that what his role is going to be.
Good work rate. He can play across the front line. I think it's a very good signing. And if we talk about his role under Slot, demands a lot from his wingers. He subbed them off regularly at Feyenoord. He wants another winger. Slot wants that. Do I think Liverpool need a left back hybrid type player like Calafiore, like a Schlotterbeck or a Lukiba and a DM more than a winger? Yes. But you spent 13 million on the winger. You've got the funds for the left centre back hybrid type player.
And that depends if we buy someone in the next 2 days. We're asking for Edwards and Hughes to perform miracles.
And the DM is the right wing sort of version of Diaz to an extent, not completely. Progressive work rate, which Slot wants, and the price makes it a no-brainer. So the only question is, one, decision-making, consistency, and a lot of that consistency is due to injuries. Last season, he...
Oh, no, it was more than that. I said it was like 10 or 9 days or something. It was more than that. Sorry, I didn't see it was all the 1 year. So 7, 17, 5, 6, 10. So it does get injured, but you can see there, games missed. 2 games, 4 games, 1 game, 2, 2. So 2, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That was the year before. So 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 games. He missed 11 games last season. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 games he missed. That's not a whole lot of games missed. I've seen some players miss more games than that.
He missed 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. 9 games isn't the end of the world. The season before, he missed 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games the season before. He does miss a few games due to fitness issues, but he is sort of getting better and getting
with the Italy team as well.
Liverpool fans, let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching.
Ain't bad. Ain't that bad. So again, I'll finalize this by saying no one is making this signing out to be the best thing ever. This is going to elevate Liverpool to heights for title, challenging and all that sort of shit. but he's more than a competent player, which we've seen. Yes, the injury record from a few years ago is probably not ideal, but looks to be past that now. He had his big injury many years ago, but it's gone now. So it's been 2 years since where he missed, pretty much a whole year because he's done his ACL. And then he missed for fitness, muscle fatigue, a couple of knee issues and muscular problems, some weird things, but then he's been back to normal. And he's been bagging goals and assists last season. So why not? Add him to the forward line. No one's going to complain. Like, are you telling me you're going to honestly complain that an attacker that's pulled some decent numbers, had some good performances last season, is coming into your team at a cheap price, even though they've had a previous injury record? Come on, bro. It's a bit insane. But that's where we leave this video. Thank you very much. Enjoy.